Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the jellyfish management of a school in Tiverton in Devon, where one or two individual pupils fail to meet the school's dress code. And rather than, say, confront the individuals, they bring in a rule that is then imposing and reducing options for half the pupils. Can you guess which half? Jellyfish management is where you have people who are spineless and are, shall we say, confrontationally challenged, who will not address the individual who, in this case, skirt line, bottom of the skirt is going above the knee, and saying to them, lower the skirt line, change the skirt, whatever, and confronting them and saying you must adhere to dress code. No. What they're saying is, because one or two individuals are breaking this, we're banning skirts for all the girls. This is wrong. But let's have a look at it in depth. Here's the article. So here's the article. Devon Secondary School sparks fury after banning skirts to create a more gender neutral uniform policy. And let me say at the beginning of this, that line, more gender neutral uniform policy, is a straw man argument. It's not the truth. The truth is they're banning skirts because they cannot confront the individuals. They're weak people, and it's a removal of an option. Again, it's the let's take rights and freedoms from the females because they're easy to beat. Let's look further in. A secondary school in Devon has banned pupils from wearing skirts next term. Tiverton High School say the rule creates a more gender neutral uniform policy. Does it? Does it really? Parents are angry at the lack of consultation and changes to the school day. Okay, so they're removing the right of a girl to dress how she wishes. And then saying it's for your own good. We're removing your rights and freedoms for your good. How does that work out? It's because communism in schools, socialism in schools, they don't want individuality. They want a whole series of clone drones. Mindless clone drones. Anyway, getting into the article. A Devon school has caused outrage by announcing a complete ban on pupils wearing skirts without consulting parents first. Oh no, they don't consult parents. No. Schools have no way of consulting parents because parents are an anathema to the teaching profession. Parents get in the way of what the teachers want to do to children because parents have rights and concerns, whereas teachers don't like that. They just want to get in and control children. Always children, always teachers, always socialists, always children. Tiverton High School sent a letter to parents earlier this week informing them that they have made modifications to its school uniform policy.
I am altering the deal. Pray I don't alter it any further.
The new rule states all pupils must wear trousers when they return in September due to a persistent problem of skirts being worn shorter than rules permit. So why aren't they addressing those individuals who wear their skirts where the hem is above the knee? That's the major thing. Rather than saying, Susan, over here, why's your skirt above your knee? And addressing it like that. Lower the hem, or change your skirt, or send them home until they make them change and put another skirt on. No, because that requires a spine. That requires picking on an individual who's breaking the rules and dealing with it. And they don't want to pick on individuals because they're cowards. They're moral cowards. The new rule states all pupils must wear trousers when they return. Currently, skirts are allowed, but the new rules are being enforced to create a more gender-neutral uniform policy. No, that's not what it is. It's removal of rights and freedoms. And why should they be gender-neutral? Why are you forcing girls to wear boys' clothing? Why are you forcing this on people? Why are you not allowing people to be individuals? Because you hate individuality. Those skirts will still be available to be worn for PE. Oh, I see. So hypocrisy. Oh yes, you're not allowed to wear them around the place, but you can wear them for PE. Why? Is it because the male teachers like to see a flash of knickers when they're running around the field? Teachers, dangerous, dangerous. Another major change frustrated parents when they were told the school day will begin 30 minutes earlier with an 8:30 a.m. start. Regardless of how your day is set up, your work requirements, your movement of other children to different schools, your distance in travel, your difficulty in travel, they're just unilaterally imposing a change of school day without consultation of parents. Why? Because socialist teachers think they know best and how to rule your family. And there's the head teacher of that school. Now, the teacher's name is Sammy Crook. Well, Crook by name, eh? Now, I'm not entirely sure if Sammy is Samantha or Samuel, and it's very hard to tell in that picture. I mean, honestly, cut the hair a little bit, that could work on a building site. It's no wonder it doesn't want girls in skirts, because, well, I'm not going to say anything else there. You shouldn't attack the person, but by God, that person is attacking girls' rights. Other changes announced, including making reduced lunch times from 45 minutes to half an hour, with 2 break times of half an hour each being introduced. So 3 half-hour breaks through the day, because teachers can't manage to get the alcohol and wine and fags down them quickly enough. I don't know. It does seem that it all seems to be benefiting teachers here, not pupils. Lessons are also being made longer by reducing the number each day from 6 to 5. Yeah, that doesn't actually help. There are optimum times for educational purposes, for learning. What this is doing is saying fewer lessons. Don't think about longer lessons, think fewer lessons, because teachers are being lazy again. In a letter, head teacher Sammy Crook said, "We will follow the other secondary schools in implementing a more gender neutral uniform policy." Why? Why are you not letting pupils decide what they want to wear? Because you don't like individuality. Parents and carers will be pleased to know that the majority of the uniform will remain as it is, with the exception that from September all students will be expected to wear trousers. What if they don't want to? Are you going to send them home for not wearing trousers? So if a girl turns up in a skirt, are you going to send her home? And if so, well, why aren't you sending the ones home now who are turning up in skirts that are too short? Serious question. Regarding the school times changing, she added, "We have liaised with Devon County Council to ensure that those students who travel by school bus are accommodated." Yeah, really. And what about their siblings who go to different schools? And what about the parents who have jobs that start at certain times? Have all the employees, all the employers been, contacted, and that's fine? Have you done all that? Or have you just unilaterally decided to screw the parents? These people are given power. These people abuse their power. Among the parents angry about a lack of consultation over changes is Stephen Mookes. He said, "As a parent, I have concerns about the proposed changes that THS are making for September. These have been made without any consultation with the pupils or parents and are simply being imposed. While I accept an element of rules and policies need to be made, I feel that as a school that encourages its pupils to be engaged and have a voice, this seems to be a complete lack of democracy by not allowing the established pupil forums to have an input on school uniform changes, start-finish times for school day and reduction of lunch break, etc." Yeah, there is no democracy. This is communism, remember? You don't get a say. You're a drone. Do as you're told. Equally, what about the consideration for parents who have to consider morning wake-up, breakfast and drop-off routines, possibly including siblings at other schools? Certainly those travelling significant distances on school buses will be most affected. The school day hasn't actually been lengthened as per government guidance, but merely an earlier start and finish time. And I feel these changes have not been thought through, and children especially have not had an opportunity for their views to be heard. Yeah, because they don't care about children. They don't care. They are working purely for the benefit of teachers. We'll have an early start, we'll have an early finish, and you can all get down the pub quicker. Mrs. Crook, oh it is Mrs, is it? Told Devon Live, "We never take decisions like this lightly." Yeah, you do. You just have. And go through a detailed process over time. Yeah, but you haven't consulted anyone. in order to come to the right conclusions for our students and the school. Screw the students, only the school. Decisions that meet our legal obligations and the standards expected in secondary education. Yeah, well, if that was the case, they'd come out of school educated, but they don't, do they? They all come out barely literate, innumerate. Oh, but they know woke policies. Oh yeah, they've got all the woke policies, but can't read, write, or arithmetic, can they? This change of uniform policy has the approval of our governors, yeah, but not the approval of parents or pupils. And balances the demands placed on us in matters including standards of education, parental cost, inclusivity, and student health. Okay, where's the inclusivity here? What if a boy wants to wear a skirt and now he's no longer allowed to? That's not inclusive, is it? And it's just going on about this. It's what rubbish. It's really rubbish. Some of the comments here, just ban trousers. After all, doesn't it go both ways? What is it with this institutions doing all they can to obliterate the female gender? It is absolutely ridiculous. And it is. And it's all to do with cancellation of women and the de-individualisation of pupils, because the socialists who run the schools don't want individuals, because individual options, individual viewpoints lead to individuality in thought. And the one thing that the socialists cannot abide, is people with individual thoughts, in case they think things that the teachers, the Communist Party that runs the education system in this country cannot abide. Anyway, I shall come up and round off. This has gone a bit longer than I intended. So yet another attack on women's rights, this time school pupils, girls, who are told they are not allowed to wear the clothing of their choice by teachers who are incapable of administering discipline. It's also the continual sort of abuse of power by teachers against the individuality of thought of pupils, because schools do not want people to be individuals. They want them to be mindless drones working for the state, compliant and not stirring the pot until the great communist takeover. Apparently these people are mad, these people are dangerous. That head teacher needs to be removed. All the governors need to be fired, and a new regime imposed, a regime that believes in democracy, in confrontation of individuality, as in, if you personally break a rule, you personally are responsible, and you personally will have that addressed. You don't bring a blanket ban in affecting everybody just because one or two individuals break a rule. If you are incapable of disciplining people, you have no business being a teacher. Anyway, I shall round off there. It's sad that we get to this state of affairs where rights are removed and then under cover of for your benefit. We're taking away your right for your benefit. And it's obviously lies. It's lies by weak people. Anyway, if you like what you hear and see on the channel, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring the bell for notifications of future output. Leave a like, leave a comment. And until next time, dear friends, stay safe, stay well, and goodbye.